Hey man, we live, man.
That was less than 5 seconds, so we good.
Fair use, fair use.
They don't care.
Uh, to anybody out there just surfing the internet, you've bumped into the nightcap.
It's a live broadcast of smooth R&B jazz. This is Hot 97 FM on the internet.
Brought to you by the two dopest, deepest intellectual minds in the solar system.
And also by Schiltz Malt Liquor. Schiltz. They still sell that in stores. You realize that, right?
Schultz.
Schultz. I like saying Schiltz.
Hold on. You talk about Schlitz.
Slits. Yeah. They still, I see Columbus, everybody. You know how you do. You go to the convenience store in the hood, you look in there like, they got old English? They making that still?
Yo, so are you serious? There's really Schlitz.
Yeah, you get a 40 old English in a plastic jug.
That's death, right? That's just who drinks it?
It'll get you drunk.
That was a Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, on the Dave Chappelle. So
it'll get you drunk. Dang.
But yeah, it's what it is. You know, you gotta. I mean, it's all kind of levels. You know.
All right. Well, tonight's podcast is and the title is the podcast about nothing and everything all at the same time. I know it doesn't make any sense, but we really don't make any sense. So
I try to make a little sense. I
don't. I just wing it. I throw it out there. I'm the Black Stugotz. Oh, that'd be a nice what's that called? Moniker for me. The Black Stugotz.
You gonna till he come on live with you. Cause he'll do it. You just gotta get enough likes, enough
man. The Black Stugotz. I like that. But anyway, man, we gonna reminisce a little bit, man. Like we grown, right? That's what we qualify as. We qualify for adults, right?
Yeah, almost definitely. Since he was 18.
Nah, I wouldn't give myself the actual title.
You can go to prison as an adult at 18.
You can go to prison as an adult at 12. But I'm saying,
but you doing some heinous shit at 12 to go to prison as an adult.
Hey, facts is facts, man. But what I'm saying is like a fully vested civil individual, like that type of adult, like a well-rounded adult. It takes a little bit more than 18 years, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm middle age, so you know.
All right, so we got some skin in the game. We got
some experience.
We got some wisdom in our brains. And let's talk about some of the ways we didn't express that wisdom in our past. We were previously talking about what year was this? Is this 2008?
I have no idea. It sounds about right. It's in that time frame.
All right, so this is 2008, and we are in the city of Columbus, Ohio, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
It can't be 2008. It has to be earlier. It has to be 2000.
Maybe it got to be between like 05, 07. So, you know, one of that. It's the summer. It's the summer. Good weather.
It's the Jeezy summer. So let's Google it. Let's Google the
So it's Jeezy Air. It is Trap or Die. Not Trap or Die, but what's the first album?
I think it's, I don't know. Now you got me.
Like Thug Motivation 101. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I hate that I remember that.
You shouldn't, man. It was good times, right?
No, it was no doubt. There's a soundtrack too to that moment.
Oh man, that's 2005. So we talk about 2000. Man,
people was playing that for a minute, so it's no telling. You know, to relate to the 2006, 2007 is still kind of relevant.
I was all the way in 08, but we back in 05. So I'm 25.
It looks better on you the more we decrease the years.
Good.
Okay,
I'm glad.
So this work with me. Don't work against me.
This could have been 98. So we 2005 in it, man. I'm fresh out the military. I am currently in my second marriage, and I'm having issues.
And you know, go ahead. I'm fresh. Well, I'm removed from undergrad. I'm just trying to make a career, make a living, just have a good time. That's all I'm trying to do. Just have a good time for the evening. And for life.
And it's the correct time to have that agenda. Like we both are at the correct age to be actively engaged in the world, right? Mm-hmm. We supposed to be out there.
That's the time. That's the age for fuckery.
All right, it's the age for fuckery, and we were all. I shouldn't say we. I was all about the fuckery.
Like I said previously, I was about having a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was also about having a good time. I'm not gonna lie about that. Now we find ourselves. Are these first Fridays? Second.
It's the first Friday.
First Friday.
It's the first Friday. I want to say it's like it's more of a Midwest thing, not like a down. They might spread down there, but I don't think the West Coast have first Fridays. First Fridays using the event, somebody around the venue, and you just come out decked out. So probably a lot of people come decked out in their best, just have a good time.
I feel like it probably came from the South, like maybe like a fraternity sorority type thing, like
could be too.
But hopefully people understand.
Now you said it's traditional. I know like the city of Kent itself does a first Friday on the summer months in they downtown.
Okay. So it comes from something, and we're in Columbus, Ohio, and we're going to is it Confluence?
Confluence Park. It's a venue where people offer to rent out. I want to say it might operate as a restaurant at some point, but it's a venue you can rent out.
A catering venue,
it's a place you can rent out.
Right, especially like for a wedding or something like that. You still there, my G? Technical difficulties. You good?
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's not matched up with your mouth yet. So let's. Yeah,
can you hear me?
It's good right there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
it was always good on my side. I saw a little glitch, but it was always good on my end.
Okay, cool. Hopefully it records well. Where was I at? We at Confluence. We had first Fridays, and we get it in. Like we pregame. We don't have a big entourage. It's only like maybe 2-3 of us at the most.
No, it was just me and you, but it was just when we got there's a lot of people that we was cool with that was there. So it was one of those things where you get in the spot and everybody kind of click up.
Yeah, and we did that. We clicked up and we was actually having a really, really good night. Now, unfortunately, I am a double agent.
Co-conspirator with the bad times.
Right. And I live multiple lives. I'm a true to life spy. I got all kind of identities. And one of my identities was recognized at the party. And it wasn't good, right? Did you even see me get snatched up? Did you see how it even did you see how
I only remember you seeing someone and it didn't seem like aggressive. It was like, what's going on? Some like some playfulness, and you go off. And I'm, like I said, I'm amongst people, we was friends, we kicking it. So I'm like, all right, so we just keep kicking it, do what I do, and then you just come back. And, I don't know how long. I couldn't tell you how long the time lapse was, but I just see you come back to the pack. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, that's still crazy. Like, what this dude been? And then, because it was one of those spots where it was different rooms you could maneuver in. This one like one big room with one DJ. I want to say it was multiple rooms of DJs, that type of spot.
Yeah, it was.
So you could move around a little bit.
It was multiple rooms, and there was a nice water. It was a water view. You can go outside.
Yeah. I never went to the water, but yeah, I know it is.
Oh, I went to the water. So it was basically a in-house argument. Like and I don't argue. That's just like the thing. I'm not about to argue with anybody. And I'm like, all right, we can take this outside. So we go out, and the issue was that I was a legit fuckboy. I'm just gonna admit to that. Like, what I was doing was inappropriate. I shouldn't have been trying to maintain these multiple lifestyles. And, I'm just being honest with you, man. I don't have no qualms with going over my history. But once the jig was up, she ended up really getting the upper hand on me because I was intoxicated and she wasn't.
She got violent with you?
No, she got the super seductive, like everything's gonna be okay.
And she lowered your sensors down.
Yeah. Because I'm already in party mode. I just didn't want to be in no argue mode. And that was calm and cool. She's like, well, let me get the keys because basically, you shouldn't even be out here driving. I'm like, you know what? That's cool. Hey man, she took the keys from me and threw them like 50 yards into the river. I was so crushed. So look, after she does that, right? I'm like, yo, I can call and get AAA. And get this taken care of. So I don't want to come right back to y'all. I'm trying to get my, get everything together.
Get your wits together.
Yeah, I'm the ride. I brought everybody there. So I'll go to the restroom, and I'm trying to make this call.
You realize you only brought me there.
No. This night it was a good night. Like we had stuff set up. So we was.
Oh yeah, you definitely blew plans. Yeah, you definitely ruined all the plans. The plans was ruined. Yeah, your actions. Yeah. But I'm saying you was only physically responsible for carrying me back to where I'm supposed to be at.
Right. But again, I was like a super agent, so that was just one person that died. It was so many more spies out there that I was trying to get it together, and then I dropped the phone in the toilet.
Yeah, the good phone. Yes, and that phone is one I could say it was the top 5 greatest cell phone models. The iPhone was number 1. It was like top 5 greatest iterations of a cell phone.
Yes, it was. I don't know which model of Nokia. It was Nokia, right? Or
no, it was a Samsung. I want to say
Samsung. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll figure it out.
Because it was like when the first time I seen a Samsung phone. Like Samsung make phones.
So this phone had I think it was a GSR chip or something like that. It had a chip that would allow you to connect to Wi-Fi, and boy, it did. Like it was basically a little a mini router.
And it had a real camera on the back of it.
Had a real camera. So what we would end up doing, I would turn my phone into basically a hotspot, and from there I would connect my laptop to the hotspot, and then connect my laptop to the tape. Was it a tape reader? Mm-hmm. And we would play mixtapes from the internet in the car back in 2000. What was it, 2005?
Yeah.
Oh man! And then in less than a year, that was almost the norm.
So tell everyone that possibly hear this how you told me about you not having your car keys.
I'll let you, because I'm gonna let you.
Over time, I remember it different. I remember you coming back, and now when it's often played out, I was like, you seemed off, but I was like, I think probably, excuse me, the brother probably just intoxicated, having a good time, probably drinking and stuff. So I was like, yo, we just go back into, everybody kicking it. So we close the night out. You know what I'm saying? Dude's getting right. So hit the John, drop the phone in the toilet, going outside, and you hit me like, man, I ain't got no keys, man. And I'm like, so right now, I'm like, what? I'm panicked. Like, yo, you might have left him. Let's go back in there and see if you left him somewhere. Retrace your steps.
This sounds right. This sounds right. This sounds right.
Because it's, I don't even know what's together, but I think we both had separate-ish things to do. We had to go and things to do.
We was hitting on all cylinders. We was hitting on all cylinders.
Like, I'm just trying to get back to the car.
So
looking, and then you just like, you have finally come clean. Like, yo,
it's a hard story to tell, man. Like it's a ridiculous story.
And you don't tell her, like the way you told it today, you don't tell her like that. You told her like, hey man, I saw this girl, ain't go that right. She got her my keys, she threw them in the lake, and I ain't got no keys. And I was like, I didn't even trip on the story because I was like, the bottom line is we ain't got no keys, so we got to figure something out to get out of here. Right. I forgot we did. I don't know if we got we do.
I did have AAA, but it was saved in the information was saved in the
phone.
How
did we came? You came back. Then we get. We got a ride back, right? We got a ride home, and then you went back the next day. I think. Or I took you back.
No, somebody said that if you have AAA, anybody can call. You just gotta, and then we just called AAA, and they came and got us. Because I had AAA. It just all the info was saved on the phone.
This dude, and people walk about, y'all, right? You know, that's that one who people that work there or something. Y'all good?
We boxing up. y'all still here?
You know, ain't nobody here. You know that, right?
Yeah, man, that was it was terrible, Lenny. It was terrible. I don't even know.
Was the fact was you had a second key? Is that what it was?
Yeah, the second key's in the car. That's what you was asking me. Why would you keep it in the car? The extra key is in the car.
So how'd you go about getting inside your car?
Well, you can open it. AAA was able to open the car, and we just drove off. AAA was able to open the door. But
that time it's just a haze.
Yeah,
you know the night went bad when you was drunk, and then it's like I ain't even drunk no more. Like.
That's what you said. That's what you said. Like I ain't even drunk no more.
Like I was drinking way too much. I'm sober as hell.
Yeah. Triple A got the door open, and I'm like, all right, here's the key. And you like, why would you keep the key in the car? I'm like, where else would we keep it?
Anybody that was living in Columbus in that time frame know that First Fridays at Confluence Park was a magical moment in time.
Listen,
and it's a time capsule. I'm sure y'all had way better nights than this night was, but it was a moment in time for a lot of young African Americans.
The music was, Juvenile was so hot. All kind of gangster rap was so hot.
I want to say full disclosure, we was playing a lot of gangster rap at these events, but it usually was very, very low to none gangsters there.
Yep. We thought we was listening to our uncles.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying with the crowd, you might have some dudes, it's just some dudes trying to make a play, but it was more of a what you call professional crowd.
Yeah, definitely. I do you think it's still? Well, we so far removed, man. Being married, you rarely.
It's iterations of that going on, people doing it, but it's not. I wouldn't go just because it's people younger than me. If like a one-off or something or something like that, but no. But it's a lot going on. Well, now you have brothers in here owning bars, they own little community bars and stuff like that. So every night is that night.
What does something for us look like? Right, we're two gentlemen from Youngstown, Ohio. If push came to shove and we had to create a spot that's tailored to this ilk of people.
You mean like a raised boom boom room?
All right, like a raised boom boom room. Yeah.
It's the ultimate club.
What does it feel like? What does it look like? Tell me how this place exists.
You want to hear the story again?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a lounge. It's a lounge where you can get a lot of professionally made drinks. You're using with Britters and things of that nature. A lot of good drinking going on. Connected to possibly like a cigar bar with a smoking area. A lot of good sounding music, but it's going to be something that's at a tone where you could carry a common conversation over the music. What's the
ambiance like? How is this a bar where you sit at? Is it an open? Is it an open space? Is it
done right with the right space? You have open space. You have that regular style communal bar. You have a lounge area where it's like maybe couches and love seats with tables adjacent.
What's some spots you can? What's something you've been to that had that feel?
Nothing in this world. This is truly my original idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm giving it to the world. Hopefully somebody can go and run with it.
DC felt like that.
I never really properly been out in DC. The one time I came, that wasn't there. Then when I came to visit you, that wasn't when we was on.
Hey, DC, man. DC feels like that. That's the vibe.
I love DC though. Every time I spent time in DC, the energy there, I really catch a vibe. I really just piece of energy amongst people of color. So yeah, I can see it. I can see how it could be, but I just love the energy. I always had a good time out every step in we're in the DMV.
I got great stories in the DMV. Well, you missed the
debauchery.
You missed it. You got invited down. Things didn't everything wasn't lined up correctly, so we missed
Yeah, I was
each
just
other.
it was for me. I just wasn't in a good space, so I was just sometimes especially as a man, understand where sometimes we get in a cycle going for broke, and we ever have a really good foundation. Sometimes you got to sit back and build your foundation, and then a branch from that. But just always like I'm doing this, I'm going ahead doing this. Like, no, sometimes you got to sit back. Sometimes you got to take some time for yourself and readjust and kind of recalculate your settings to see which way you would really want to go. And sometimes you take a step back. Sometimes you'll miss things, but it's like it's the long as you taking advantage of that time, you taking to yourself, you never go wrong.
Well, thanks. I mean, you kind of made me feel bad now, like you was in this moment of enlightenment, and I'm out here like, man, I'm throwing money at butts.
Well, the time I told you about like the transitions, we want to talk about it here. That's a whole other situation. Right. But that's part of that time frame for me when I was researching, reading, and just figuring things out on my own for myself. That's part of that time frame.
Man, I didn't do that till I was about 38. So, thanks for not telling me. You could have saved my life, I guess.
Nah, at the time when I was going through it, I didn't know what I was going through. It was something on the back end. When you reflect on it, it's like, oh, this what all these pieces was. I was doing this, I was doing that. They all fit. I see it now, but back then I was just chasing knowledge and information.
Yes. I do understand. I do understand. Now this is we got here from talking about just DC because you was explaining your lounge, and I was like, yo, that sounds good. And
we got here from talking about Nike boots.
We didn't even get to Nike boots. That was some off air stuff. Now that's what we on. We on Nike boots.
Just BTS.
Oh, behind us. Okay, all right. Let's BTS it. So I'm a Wale fan, and during my time in DC, I was unaware of the song Nike Boots, and it upsets the locals. And I don't really know how to explain that. Like I heard the mixtape first, and I didn't know anything about anything before that. I worked 2 jobs. I
heard the mixtape first, but then I heard Nike Boots. I had to hear something after because my first iteration with him was Nike Boots. So I mean Nike Boots with the something about nothing. I think what's called the mixtape about nothing with the Seinfeld theme. Yeah, the Seinfeld theme.
Yes, that's the one we were talking about.
No, it's a one before that. The More About Nothing is the second one. It's one before that.
Oh, I thought it was multiple. I mean, he got multiple products.
Yeah, but I had heard Nike Boots fall, and I heard that original release, which was chronologically not in order. But Nike Boots resonated with me. That was really before I actually seen Nike Boots in Ohio, and I was like, "Yo!" First, I'm looking like, "What is these? And what are they? These is Nikes? What do they sell them at?" And I probably didn't see them until at least maybe 3 years later from hearing that song and it purchased in the air in store. So it had a good look. It was like DC gritty video and had to me, it felt like a go-go influence beat. So it got me off rip.
Yeah, you a sucker for go-go.
Yeah, I'm a backyard band type dude.
Yeah.
Chuck Brown.
Jeez. And didn't party in DC. They ain't partied in DC yet.
What's crazy? And what I used to listen to, and I listened to old joints of it. The Raheem Devon had a radio show in DC area. I think I don't know if it was a podcast at the time. It was something to the local area, and it was heavily a lot of go-go stuff on it, and go-go music and interviewing go-go greats. That's what first time I ever heard Chuck Brown interviewed by Raheem Devon on his radio show when he was still alive.
Now is Raheem? Is he from DC or is he Baltimore?
I think DC. I think he did DMV area.
Okay. Yeah, I like Raheem Devon, man.
With a Love Experience, that's one of them. That's where God just makes a classic. He's just chasing it.
That's who Dre had in
I remember you told me. I wasn't there. You put me on to him by telling me like you had that Spain experience, but that experience you was like, check this music out. And that's how I got onto Love Experience. Like, oh, this shit dope.
Yeah. Uncle shout out to Uncle Dre. He as a promoter put that together. Did I think it was at the B&O station or something, but that brother can sing, man.
I remember you told me. I saw a live video of this type of performance on YouTube since since then. But how it's a dude that would paint with his hands on stage while he perform and make a portrait on stage. Yeah, while he gives performance.
And Floyd got it. Floyd got it. I hope he do. You know.
Yeah, times. It's been a while since then. But yeah.
I hope he do.
Originally, he had it in his possession.
Yep. You don't remember it in the basement during the high school?
No, I remember. I can't visualize it, but I remember you telling me it's like that's one. That's the picture from the concert.
It wasn't high school. It was after that.
Yeah, it was grown. It was after that. But I remember you telling me about the event, and you said, "Listen to this. Like this, is the dude that was at the event, and this dude was insane." And which he can.
Do you do you have any artist to compare it to that's new?
To Raheem DeVaughn?
Yeah, like you have even just one
in the R&B level space.
Any space. That could be any sort of genre, but just a Raheem DeVaughn type.
Well, I think the sound and just the sonic level is just kind of like it hits you like when you first heard the Love Experience. Probably to me like Masego. Some in that vein.
Yeah. I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, like he right there in that vein. He in that pocket.
Yeah. I love that dude, man. I wish we could play it. You know, we gotta figure out how to do the anchor and.
I could play my phone right now. We just get gritty.
Go ahead and make it gritty, man. You know, we only got like 7 videos out there. You know,
I just gotta figure out what I was doing. Oh, I was looking at Masego, right?
Correct. You are looking at Masego. Masego.
Did you find his music organically?
What?
Like, did you just listen to streams? Oh, who is this dude? This sounds good. Is that how you found it, or did somebody tell you about it? You pick it up somewhere else?
Yeah, that's I don't find any music any other way.
I heard it on the pod, and I was just like, "What's this?" And I did not. Then I searched it out and started listening to everything.
Yeah.
Now this is all. I forget. Is it Apple commercial? We got this on.
How would I know? I do not watch television.
Oh, well, see, I've been internet. I've been seeing internet ads. So I've been seeing ads for internet stuff. This is heavy. Like if you do R&B, you have to hear this and be like, "Yo, this, what are you over there doing? I gotta get with this dude. Get a touch of this because this is crazy." And then with Don Toliver coming in and just he's on a crazy run on his own, but he was just it was ridiculous. When he said, "I gotta keep it thugging like Machiavelli." Like sometimes she trip. I just gotta keep it thugging like Machiavelli.
How do you feel about this this sort of, there's like an inviting generation for the nerds of hip hop, like people who like the lyrics and to keep a constant knowledge of what goes on in music. They're championed now. You know,
you gotta think most of the people who funded the music industry, as far as kids growing up, purchasing and going to concert, was nerds, right? Like dudes that was like the dudes that was young in bad positions, living that life. People was rapping about it, come like gangster rap. They knew about the music, but they ain't had time to be reading your articles and stuff. They out here getting it, trying to survive.
Correct.
Yeah, they might whatever song popping, they gonna play in their car. You know what's hot. That's the thing. You know that's how the game is played. But yeah, the majority is just adults now with extra revenue.
Yeah, I like that you can still hear good music. I know we often complain like, "Oh, the music is terrible," but it's just a lot more people putting out things. They have the ability to put out their product regardless if it's good or not, compared to how we grew up where you had to go through a system.
Yeah, but I heard somewhere someone was discussing this musically, but they were saying, like a Jackson 5 or these other groups back in the day, you don't really even get a chance to hear them until they're a polished machine.
Correct.
Like they go through all the A&R and the boot camping and working and practicing. So they was back then, the music should be putting by out until this is a finished product ready for the world to hear. So you like we nowadays we see people from when they was just making songs in their basement to get a record deal when they kind of figure it out in the span. There's some people you don't even hear the great performance. We just know the underground level, and it is this the sound quality is kind of distorting just the quality of overall music.
Yeah, yes, it's is extremely lower, but that's what you get when you give. That's the trade off, right? When you give people more liberties to do what they want to do, compared to being constrained to an actual system. So this is what we asked for.
I think
we asked for this.
Well, then it can work out beautifully. Like you look at like a Tyler the Creator that come from that level of sound, and he just kept working and built up. Where now he just a master producer making great music. And it's like he can't, but he come from that lo-fi, trying to figure it out. Making it in your mama basement type producing, and now he got he just took his steps, and it's more refined now with the different resources he has now as far as studio and quality infrastructure.
Yeah. Yes, but we had more Tylers than Tyler's group had Tylers.
Yeah.
We had
the beautiful thing about the Wolfgang Kill 'Em All though, they all got a lane now. That's what's crazy. Even those was in it that didn't work out for them with the rapping, they all got a lane. That's crazy.
And I think that's what they offer. They added to something that was already super good. Like they showed you, we can do this, and everybody can eat. That's not normal. That before that, you see how look at how the Jay-Z and sort of Dame Dash thing still plays out.
Yeah,
you got people picking sides. It's like they ate. They both ate. If you look at what they wanted, but it's seen as confrontational. Compared to Wolfgang, everybody ate. It was no confrontation from the beginning.
Yeah, it's different times though, and you understand the different mind frame. We understand that Jay-Z and Dan come from New York in that time, the era, the hustle, and that type of grit. And usually, like all these kids from Wolfgang Kill 'Em appear to be Valley kids, surrounding LA area kids. So kids that really wasn't these kids is gangbang. These kids went to school and developed themselves, and just chase the passion of hip hop. So it's a whole different outlook on how they approach each other. Probably, it's more of a brotherhood than coming from that gritty grind hustle type side of it.
And that was our youth. Those are our wonder years. That's what we grew up listening to. People who came from very awful lives.
Yeah,
awful lives.
Well, it's in the pain and struggle. That's when people may create the best art. If you consider hip hop as art.
All right, yeah, I'll let you have that, man. I wouldn't mind some Barry Manilow. I mean,
I don't want no Barry Manilow. Have you heard Barry Manilow? I know it's a common name to throw out there as like a white artist, but have you just actually listened to what the product was Barry Manilow sold?
So if I did, let's say I do know some songs, and I'm saying that he's always happy.
So you like show tunes?
Again, if I was brought up on show tunes, I wouldn't be mad.
So you saying if you was Carlton?
Yep.
Well, you can't be mad all you know, and that's the environment you
exactly. And if I had to pick between knowing all the NWA lyrics and knowing show tunes, I wouldn't mind having a life where I knew all the show. I still would
all know all the NWA lyrics. Right. I can know show tunes too, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. But yeah, that's something different.
Hey, I don't want to change anything.
Ice Cube's write the rhymes that I say. Yeah, but it's perspective. Everybody different perspectives. You learn at different places, different times, and
it takes a lot to get to that statement. Hold on, man. You say this just gingerly, like it's perspective. People see how they see. That's the average person. The average person don't take life into multiple perspectives.
Well, the perspective is it's a simple old school adage or colloquialism, you might want to say.
I love that word, colloquialism.
Just put yourself in someone else's shoes. Just concentrate, like, what's this person really going through? This is what I know of them. And what they're really going through,
All right. Okay. Yeah.
That'll help you gain. That's like a very low level way to help you gain perspective on things in a way.
That's very true. Now, do you think that as you traverse the world, that the majority of people understand that and that they also feel the same way? Are you
No,
are you confident in saying that?
no, not at all. I think a lot of people
So the
are caught
majority
up.
would be more than 50%, right? That's what we.
Yeah, I think majority of the world's caught up in the world itself, and it's the world itself does not dictate for you to have your own perspective. It's more of a congeal, like group think, and it's just a low level of thinking. So we don't. It's just the nature of our society goes against it. To really sit back and have perspective on things and try to put yourself in other people's feet and just try to be a good person. Not just try to spread love is something it's not human. It's unhuman. It's not. Most human beings don't even look to thrive in that type of realm. They look for take. What can I get out of this? It's all about me, So
your version is it's a bit difficult, right? It's a lot of it's a lot of sacrifice in trying to do what you're supposed to do.
But if you study the world, any of your great heroes, the people you look up to, or religious thoughts, ideas, and deities, they all was in pursuit of the great sacrifice.
Oh, so you want to be specific? All right, okay, cool. Yeah, yes, that's true. That's true. But you also said you use the words like deities and things like that. Like these are.
I'm saying people, ideas, the type of people that you place and different people place in those realms, all chase the sacrifice.
Right, and I'm trying to equate that to the everyday person, and I just don't think it's easy for them to put it together, like to corroborate that one thing can be true, another thing can be true. Like you can be whoever you think you is, but you can also be this great. I don't think the average person feels that way about them about themselves, and that's an issue to me that people don't feel that good about themselves.
What's the construct? It's just the system in place is designed for us not to feel good about ourselves.
Oh man, that can't be true though. That gotta be like
well, it's not. You can either say it's not say it's some grand scheme, and just could say it's a byproduct of how things operate now. It should be a byproduct. It might not be no great Illuminati scheme, but it could just be these people, getting money, holding down the many for the few to get money, and the situations and things they implement to keep this in place. Just the byproduct is people feeling this manner.
All right, so that's a morbid way of looking at it, but it sounds correct. It sounds like this could simply be what it is. Like if we want things to operate like this, these are the breaks, and we gotta figure it out from there. Before all this to work, this is what happens.
It's you have to. It's the nature of things, it's things. It's not the self-exploration. I butchered that word, but it's not really taught to us.
Self-exploration.
There we go. I put an extra TATI on in that thing. But that's not really taught to us at a young age. It's something you might stumble upon, or for pursuing knowledge, readings and things of that nature. Things you study might be like, well, I need to dig into myself. A lot of times we look outwardly for gratification from others, when gratification is within our consciousness, when we're in tune with ourselves.
Now they have words for that, right? It's like the outwardly, I think it's exoteric, EX.
Oh yeah.
And then like I think
right.
The internal one is ES.
Esoteric.
Yeah. Oh, that's if you Google them and read what they are. Oh, I had a new man coming in. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, I think Lenny Fraud is in the building. Just one second, let me verify this. Excuse me, sir. Are you Mr. Lenny? Mr. Lenny Fraud?
That's what it say in the font.
Just have to verify that. Thank you for checking in.
No, but we gotta understand. It's just people. We need to work on ourselves, and I guess, and ideally, the more you work on yourself, the more you have the ability to work on others.
Well,
what
does it mean? What's an example of work? Like you tell me we had an event that happened, and you was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was working on myself." What does that look like? Because mine differs from yours. So I have multiple instances where, hey man, I had to work on myself.
Well, I think in my mind, I could be wrong, but most like major religions or even it's like self-help systems or things people create to formats for people to better themselves. Everything starts within. You have to be at peace with yourself. For me, I think a great thing is just taking time with yourself and thinking through things, thinking through great moments of despair or moments you might possibly be ashamed of, things where you might have made a bad decision, and working through them in the person, in your mind, going through your memories, the things that you hate to remember. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing what that really was and how it affected you and how it brought you who you are today. And just, because, we have to be at peace understanding that the past is the past. Nothing can change it. We can't find fault with ourselves or the scenario because It is what it is. It's finite. It is what it is. So coming at peace with that is like the baseline of building yourself up. Just being at peace with who you are and the moment in time you're at right now.
Dang. My grandmother, she explains like repentance similar to that. Because her father was a evangelist. Well, I don't know what that truly means, but I guess it's like a serious church going
it's
like traveling and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, evangelist is like the when the guy come with the tent in the city and he's there for a week and he preaching, that type of thing. In my mind, that's how I picture it.
Yeah, so that's how she explained, like, when you truly like repenting, it's that serious. Like you taking a lot of things, you taking the things that you've done into account, and you're
forgiving yourself.
Yeah, you're forgiving yourself for it, man. And I don't really hear people talk about that. Like I don't feel like people know that. Like,
but it's rooted. It's rooted in nature, identifying that all human beings are flawed. I'm flawed. You're flawed. No one's perfect. It's rooted in that.
How often have you had to endure these moments? Like I think I have about five separate cases of like, yo, I gotta get my shit together, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have moments I'm not proud of. How I react to certain moments. It's nothing. It's nothing more different than any other person, man or woman. But it's just being honest with myself about those moments. It's just holding myself accountable when I was right or when I was wronged. But it's just about first of all being in the moment, understanding what happened, and then building from that. No matter what it was, if somebody wrongs you, setting yourself up to be strong, not put yourself in a position no more. Or if you wrong somebody, being repentant about it to yourself firstly. If it's an option to actually something to talk to somebody else about, like, hey man, let me holler at you. That was wrong. I kind of, whatever. I apologize. I don't know what kind of heartache I gave you from it. And you might talk to somebody about something you feel you in your heavy in your heart, and you be talking to them like, I don't even remember that, man. But all right, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you could be easy with it.
Yeah, like I don't even remember that. You did that to me. Hey man, I love you, man. It's cool. Water under the bridge.
Now, finding yourself, that's sort of like that knowledge of self. I think we talked about that the last episode, like parts of the morals. I think you named being forthright. We did knowledge of self, and you did the third one. I can't remember it, but these things we don't hear them talked about. And why is that? Why is there nothing with Black men just speaking about the world in general?
It's a disconnect. It's a disconnect. It's a lot of things. First, as a Black man, we take responsibility for ourselves. That we ain't towing our own line. But then you just look at the deterioration of our community. No matter how you look at it, it feels targeted. And it's just what hip hop has transitioned to be in the community.
I don't like that I have to feel individualized. I don't like that. I don't like that it's constantly being sold to me that I have to be this individual when I'm much more comfortable being a community. I'm much more comfortable that way. I don't need to stand out.
Yeah, it's unnatural.
I don't want to. I just want all my people to be doing good and like to be left alone. Like I don't need to be special. I already know I'm special. Like that's part of the knowledge of self thing. Like, I already know I'm special.
The randomness of you possibly existing is such a special feat.
So astronomical.
Yeah, because some people don't understand the numbers of the fact that your mother and your father have intercourse and you being this exact replicant you are today. It's just, it's crazy.
And the idea that this replicant holds literally all the knowledge from everybody before it. It's ridiculous how specifically unique we are, and it really don't really matter.
No,
right now it don't matter. It don't matter. I'm not treated like that.
What the Skid and Redman say?
Like this, that the lit.
When your dreams and imaginations, it's just loose change in the mother pocket.
Like, dude, we should be walking around this mug like just happy, man. Like just happy to be here. Like really just like eating on the land, naked. We should have never put clothes on.
Yeah, well, she bit the apple, man.
So that's where you going. You going.
If you're not fighting with it religiously, it's just a religious hashtag. But no, I understand what you're saying. It's we as human beings overcomplicated the world. It's all I know, so I'm not fighting it. I don't know hunter gathering. I don't know tribal living, things of that nature.
It just ended, Lenny. It just ended. All right. Right now, there's bombs going off everywhere. All the cities is on fire, and it's like 1 million of us left. What you about to do?
Build me some. What? Do I still got my house?
I don't. Hey, you gotta imagine it. You gotta. I gave you the narrative.
Oh, I'm gathering resources and I'm seeking structure to survive in. Building out from there. Grab some seed. I'm hitting all the Home Depots, getting seeds. All that.
I am Googling and I'm just recognizing that it won't give me a response.
Yeah, internet off, baby. Internet off.
Hey, internet off.
Yes, we out here. The internet. You know what your new internet is? Your ears. Listen. So you hear somebody? Start listening.
We're not ready for that, but we were built for that.
Yeah, it's one of those things they say too when people find themselves in some type of more situations that's more primal, I guess you can say. People find themselves resorting back to unknown instincts they didn't even know they had,
Yeah.
And to when they get to fight and flight and survival type modes.
Because we're not built for this, man. Like this is an unnatural state you got me in.
Just think about houses, like just think and the thing is in retrospect, it's a short time that human beings have come from that way of living till now.
Oh, as in compared to like all known written history?
Yeah.
Yes. It's less. I think it's less than 5%. The history that we know is, I think, is less than 5% of all known history. That's ridiculous. We're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. Well, I heard Graham Hancock speak about it. What would he be? Anthropologist?
Graham Hancock might be an anthropologist, definitely, but he's a hell of an author, man.
Yeah. But
he's a hell of an author.
He was explaining how he just thinks that I forget he coined something phrase for it, but human beings and civilizations have very short history. We can only remember I think it's something innate we can only remember so far back. And the idea that the earth itself is older than we even believe it to be. And it was like his idea of, not his idea, but proven facts where they're finding archaeological sites over top of other archaeological sites. Like they're digging and finding this whole other civilization. It's like, it's a whole nother civilization below some dirt below this.
Yeah. I think like Neptuply was like the most recent one where they was like, yo, if we go like another 300 feet down, there's a whole nother civilization down there.
And it was more advanced.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what it turned out. They were more advanced. Like
So
it's just like about 20,000 years of knowledge basically that we have attained.
one of the simplest things is when you think about that and just in the totality of it, and you think about your lifespan and how small it is in this world, why you want to be a good person?
Well, let's see. I got Bradley Butler out there. He said, "What's up, my brothers? What's up, Bradley?
Oh, what up, B. Brad?
How's it going, Brad?" The homie. Who was the question? I didn't forget now.
Oh, I think I made a statement. I was just saying, if you really understood how, I guess, how small your lifetime is in this world, you would just try to be a better person.
Oh, okay. There's no profit in that, right?
It is. It's being a good person.
How do you profit off that?
You talk about societal constructs. I'm just talking about living life.
That's what we are in. We are confined to a societal construct. That's just the truth. You just nailed it. So you gotta
you don't have to be.
Right. Okay. How's that possible? Tell me how you don't have to be.
You can be in the world but not of the world.
Man, just as religious as you want to be, huh? Okay.
No, and it's not even religious. No times it's just license phrases and things that I heard over time that maybe when I first heard them it didn't stick. And over time, with different knowledge, it's just like, you know what, that's a powerful statement within its own right, not even with a religious tie to it.
Well, go ahead. Give me some detail on it then.
Or the Bible?
No,
it's just follow your consciousness and not abiding by the societal construct and what they try to teach you to be, how you should be and dictate how you should live and go about life.
Yeah, how you tell that to a 7-year-old though? Because that's
you just beat them.
No, man.
I'm just messing with you. No, it's hard. It's hard to switch to a 7-year-old, but it's to say if you're on that wavelength and you're living your wife in that type of manner, it's gonna be kind of outmost. That's all they're gonna know. That's how you.
Let's think it out. We two parents, we two fathers. How will we tell that to a 7-year-old? What scenario you think we can explain a story?
Well, it's not.
How to get that across.
To me, it's not like a one grand scheme scenario. It's more or less one-off instances where things happen. We have conversations and we just feed the knowledge to them that pertains to that specific situation. So you piecing it out, and then when you get to the point where teenager, you have a longer depth conversation. They already got little tools along the way that you can pieced out to them to make the conversation make more sense.
Yes, I leave breadcrumbs. That's what I do for.
What did I call it? Leaving tools?
I'm not sure.
You want to listen to me?
No, I didn't think you called it something.
Okay, I was wondering.
So you're not listening to me, or no? I didn't think you called it something. I leave like these little breadcrumbs, so that I can come back
around the house.
No, in her memory. So I can come back I can connect stories. Like I already know that I can't give you this myth in its entirety. It might have to come in three pieces, but I've prepared myself for these moments.
So you create an allegory.
Correct. I'm creating it, and I'm just laying these little breadcrumbs, and I just connect the stories, and at the end she'll get it, and she'll figure out her own little way when that becomes her problem with her kid.
Well, but the point is when she gets to that fork in the road, she'll have some reference points on where to go.
Yes, and I get a chance to tell her that. I get to say like, yo, it's hard, man. it's hard. It's a process. No matter what nobody tell you, it's no quick way to do none of this.
No, not at all.
And people in general don't really understand that.
Well, we've been socially engineered to a microwave society. So it's just, it's right now, boom, 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 bam.
Could you
Like, see what your kids would never know about going to a library, going to the reference desk, trying to find a book, looking off to the library with the little whatever they say, this aisle, this number. They're gonna find there and the book not there. So now you got to go back to your secondary book.
So they do, and it's because I seen like a meme that said that, because that process later in life, it helps you just research things. You know,
Yes,
that process that you go through, it actually builds something that pays off later. So they do that with the kids' books. When we do go over there, I make them do that stupid system. They hate it.
Yeah, but anybody, Mr. I can just look it up in the computer right here. No. Where's your reference desk at? Mr. Irvin, you know, I right here, I can just, what book you want? I can go just look it up, go get it for y'all. Let's hold on.
But hey, it's that repetition. You know, it did something, man. Like we did good in life. We did good in life coming from that system.
It's part of the process, most definitely.
It is, but it's a microwave culture right now. You correct with that. It's a nice little. So I figured out my code name. I had already lost it. I came up with the Black Stugotz.
Black Stugotz.
And you can be microwave culture.
No.
That's not
my bag.
All right.
Well, I heat my food up in the oven, my G.
No, you don't.
I don't even use a microwave.
I know you got an air cooker.
No, it's in the oven.
All right,
heat it up in the oven.
I'll take your word for it, man. So we did pretty good, man. That was we logged another hour in. I mean, how you feel? Did you get enough in this podcast about nothing?
Yeah. I also wanted to say,
yes,
that taking advantage of women is wrong, rape is wrong, and Bill Cosby technically is wrong.
Where's all this coming from, man?
No, I just wanted that to be clear, because sexual assault, rape, or even just male intimidation on a female is wrong. So that's one thing.
Do you feel that's something? Do you feel that we may have crossed the line somewhere?
No, I never heard that show, so I don't even know what was actually talked about. What I'm saying is, I was just in retrospect, making sure I don't want, if people hear my voice on record, to know that I stand by victims of sexual abuse, male or female. It's not a gender issue either, but it's just that it's a real thing in our society. But in this situation, for me, with Bill Cosby, with the state of Pennsylvania, it was more of the vindication of the legal matter than his actual actions, because it's kind of like double jeopardy is illegal. And if you start giving people double jeopardy, open a whole bag of warrants for everybody else in society.
Yeah, but the thing with this whole topic is there's no right way to talk about it. Like that's just what it is. So you have to have your own morals in place and just be like, yo, I just, this is how I feel. Because there's nothing good about it, man.
What's one right way to talk about it, like anything else? Be honest. The problem is with the conversation is people go out there with agendas to maybe rile up a crowd, or I'm gonna say some outrageous things that I might not believe in, just to try to get clicks and views. But that's not genuine. If you want to have a real conversation, you got to be genuine. It's how you really feel and be honest with it. And and that's why you get a real conversation. But if you're just trying to just be rah with it, it's gonna spin off and cycle out, and it's just not good for the conversation. Period.
Because if we're gonna be honest, he did some fuck shit. Like everybody know, like, yo, what? But the way he got arrested was also some fuck shit. So if that's the reason he is leaving, then I'm not gonna be up in arms again. Like, I'm just still upset from the idea of what you did. Like I dealt with that. Like, all right, I don't really fuck with you on stuff you gotta say, but I respect everything you've done. But I still don't think you should be going to jail if you wasn't supposed to.
I think the legality of it, I recommend that. Like we spoke earlier, he's especially for he's done a lot of great things with his fame and his fortune in his life, especially for Black Americans in America. So it's kind of, it's like Damn if you do, damn if you don't. But it's wrong. It's wrong. But at that time, we have to really look back and how far America's come with this, because that time it was coy for celebrities and people influenced to do something like the women and people in power.
Hold on. We don't have to do that. And I think that's where we get caught up. We don't even have to do that, because everything that happened was met with an agreement already. And we didn't know nothing about it. So we don't really have to even get deep in the bag.
Well, I'll say it's just having a perspective on the situation at that time. I understand that was kind of nature of the world at that way. Like, I can't judge people's actions from the 70s, 80s, maybe 90s in 2021 the same I would judge it to happen in 2021, because the society, the zeitgeist has evolved to a different place.
So I don't jump on that one, because his last charge was 2004.
Old habits die hard.
Okay, so that's why I say I understand what you're saying, but I'm more.
Well, I'm not saying so much.
Go
ahead.
This up. I want to stick more with the idea that when we heard about this information, when we heard about it, that it was already old news that was dealt with legally, where parties agreed to something. Like, I want to move from that little pocket, because that's just the truth. Like, I can't get into the whole idea of what he done, because it's terrible. But that's not why he got out. He didn't get out because he was vindicated of that. He got out because he wasn't supposed to be in there.
Yeah, he made a basically say a plea bargain prior to this trial conviction.
Yeah, I thought that's just what we would be talking about. Like, I think that's the only thing we're supposed to be talking about, right? Like, yay.
The legal system works.
Yeah, but people are upset
because morally they don't feel right. You feel you should pay a penance for these horrible actions. But we all, realism is up until this current time we're in, usually people with resource and wealth and fame.
What's up, Nev?
What is going on, Nev B? Are allowed to beat these type of situations. Usually, at the least, it's because you compensate people financially, But this is one thing that's been it was a social norm prior to the last couple of years.
But that is the system, right?
Yeah. But I'm just saying the zeitgeist, the people as a whole, is just coming like, I understand that you paid her, but it's still not right. You still should just be in my face. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's like, listen. I understand what happened. She didn't want to do criminal charges. You gave her some money. She's cool with that. That don't make me cool with it.
And that sounds like the conversation. Like, if anybody has a problem, let's have a problem with people settling for these things. Let's say, hey, no, this is what I said, and I want to go to court.
That's when you get it. That's when, because it's right or wrong. That's when we start second guessing their story. Well, if you really got raped, you would want to get him in prison to the extent of the law, and that's a slippery slope. That's what people. Yes, that's humanly how you feel.
And that's the mud. That's the real mud in this whole thing. It's the things that people don't want to talk about, like those very specific things that nobody want to talk about. Is why it's hard to have these conversations. All right. Like, it should be a simple conversation if we allowed to talk about all the crazy stuff that goes on.
We just have to have an open conversation. People have to not have motives coming to conversation. Everybody don't want to walk from a conversation and it was right, instead of just listening and trying to learn something. So we got to have open conversations. If we can have open conversations, things that make sense.
Yeah, yes. And I said this on the other episode. I want to hear what he got to say if he wants to say anything, because I believe you're going to hear something crazy.
Oh no, I would prefer just live your life, brother. Just live your life, because he's an older gentleman now. I'm like, yo, just live your life, man.
Okay, so you're saying that, but he already had like a symposium of tweets already, so it's contradictive.
So you follow Bill Cosby on Twitter?
No, I'm just saying. I'm telling you that I wanted, when you hit me up on the text, like, yo, this, I wanted to go out there and see what was going on. And there's a divide. There's just as much information on one side.
How are you on Twitter? Come on, man. Next thing you'll tell me that Stevie Wonder out here posting.
Man, Stevie Wonder, I got a story about him taking somebody's girl
all the time. It's Stevie Wonder, man.
Oh, no, okay, yeah. So how he know his girl was bad then?
I'm just saying, Stevie Wonder.
Right, and he can smell badness.
He the only man you ever seen make his mustache and his under here connect. He can do anything.
I don't want to entertain that, man.
You see that picture?
No, we're not talking about. No, we're not talking about that.
I know that barber is not around anymore. Whoever lined it up for him, they got him out of here.
Why were you paying so much attention to his grooming, man?
I've never seen in my life a pencil line mustache around your whole lips.
That sounds awful, man.
Yeah, you never seen that picture?
I keep saying no, man. No.
Oh, it's a picture. It's like it's photographed evidence of him rocking his facial hair like that. And I was just like, it's like he must have went paying his barber right or something. He got fed up.
Or he stole his girl.
Yeah. Well, that's his fault. He should quit going there. Then once you steal somebody's girl, you can't go back and get barber services.
Hey man, you got to see it through, man. Contracts.
You asking for a fight? Imagine if you got to stand at Saturday 12 new appointment, and your barber see out with this girl on Thursday, and you got the balls to show up to the barber shop for your appointment. He about to mess all that up.
Yo, he pushing you back. You got the 5-6 head going on today, baby.
He gonna pay you. He not gonna take it. Oh, here you go, man.
Like it's therapy. Like, thanks, man. I needed that.
You knew you was wrong.
Oh, jeez. How do we get here, man?
Stevie Wonder. We was talking about Black Pride.
It's a podcast about nothing, though. So I mean, imagine if people fell in love with us for talking about nothing. Yeah, it could happen. I just like to turn you guys on, and I turn the brightness down on the TV, and I just listen. You guys are fucking great, man. Really calm me down.
Trying to get some news for us.
Uh-oh. You trying to extend the play? You trying to go to extra innings?
Not really, but I was just I had the social media, the news feed. I ain't looked at this all day, be honest with you.
A word?
And yeah, I go. See, the thing is, if you don't go on it all the time and you just take breaks, when you go out there, it's all kind of new stuff. You ever go out there? I seen all this stuff, but you just take a break, go out there. 2 days later, 3 days later, you like everything's new on here.
That's the modern woman's problem right now. Like she's overloaded with that.
Yeah, I don't be. Yeah,
Hey, that's her life, man. That's every day is like that, man.
I just got one sick problem: Twitter, and it's just sneaker releases and trying to catch dope sneakers real quick. That's the only thing I check in on.
Those aren't too bad, man.
Yeah, I be on Twitter. I follow all the sneaker release sites when they pop off on random sites. Like, yo, this just came out. Get out there, 10 minutes. First world problems.
First world problems.
Get out there 10 minutes later, and all the shoes gone already. Like, man. Bots be bot and computers be putin'.
A great camera online.
No, we could, we could. What you want to do? We want to close it. What you want to close it out with anything?
It's on you. This is your platform, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get famous off of you.
It's not my platform. I was just trying to think of something.
You the educated one. You get
not at all. I had a thought though. Something earlier.
What was her name?
Okay, what's your favorite song on Watch the Throne?
It feel like it's no church in a while, man. What you get?
Right now, I've been listening to it recently. It's Liftoff, and it never was. The song Beyonce sing the hook.
Yeah, I don't include Beyonce in nothing not you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it was just not.
That's a great song though. If I was a person that included Beyonce and things, I would have chose that.
Well, see, this is now revisit the album. Prior, when I first listened to it, it wasn't. I treat that like an intro. Because I treated it weird because you got Your Church in the Wild. Then the second song feels like the intro to the album. You know, I was like, oh, I see what they was doing. But it probably was the illest. And I like Murder to Excellence off day one.
Okay.
I think Niggas in Paris is just a watch. Like we don't even. Everybody loves that. That's it's not. If you say my favorite song was that, you be like, listen, you didn't hear the album.
Mine was the they topped it out for me. The first one, I'm like, yeah, all right.
The Pete Rock joint's crazy too.
So, all right, man. Before we got on here, you was talking about his greatest album is the first one, and you just named like 7 different tracks off of one album that you really rock with
for that album. But
that's damn near half the album.
Its most complete body of work is Reasonable Doubt,
hands down.
That's probably his most. What's the rationale I have for that? Usually, when you great artists, they first pieces that break is usually their best work. So we understand that.
I want the fantasy version of the story. That one is better. Let's give them the fantasy version, man. Come on, man. These people, it's your platform.
What's the fantasy version?
Come on, man. Where you put the characters in and you say what was going on in life and stuff like that.
What I was saying is, I think that with Jay-Z, I think for him, from everything I understand his music career, that it felt like this might have been his last. Like, I'm gonna give it one more go. If this don't work, I'm doing something else.
And I added in, like I can imagine that because, like, look at the people who was blowing up. That basically he felt like he was, when he started shining, he outshined them. And it
was his what's the word?
His peers.
Yeah. But I just think what I was saying is too, it ties in where that he had put so much work into his craft, and that was his first real piece of work, and the hunger that was involved. Once you start making some money,
hold on. That was in his mind. How you explained it, that was his last piece of work.
Like
that's crazy though. Imagine that. The first album that we love, we know in his head could have been, yo, fuck this. If this shit don't blow,
I gotta get some money somehow.
I gotta get some money, man. I can't keep fucking with this shit. No.
Because you gotta think, because Jigga popped off maybe early 30s when he popped, late 20s.
Yeah, or no, mid 30s, man.
Yeah, he was working, he was doing it, he was crafting himself, and it all just hit right here. From the production sound he used to just his lyrical vocal performance.
Hey, what if we like extra lame and it's like already documentary stuff?
Yeah, I don't watch TV.
I don't mean neither. Like,
I'm just living my life. I'm listening to the music. If you
wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great though?
Well, it has to be eons of people, fake documentaries about Reasonable Doubt, podcasts, these same type of conversations. It has to be just an assortment of them. But if for us, anyone else who wants to get it,
fuck that. I just imagine if your version is a version. That would be crazy.
What I'm saying is, everyone has their own unique. If you live in your life correctly, you have our unique perspective, and how this music affected us is always different. You can get something from somebody else all the time, something you might even focused on that they took from it.
I wish this was. We need to do the Patreon page where we can just play whatever the fuck we want, because that's a fucking hell of an album, man. That was a fucking
technical difficulties.
That was a great fucking album. It was great years to be alive and be an active black man in the world.
And I think for me, when I listen to it now, it stands out from what I hear today. But then it was in the vein of a lot of same things, same sounding music from New York. And it was just like, it cut through, but it was just like another one of those things. But then when you hear it now, which we hear hip hop to be now, he's like, oh, this is real special. This is something different. He was doing something with this.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It's a hard album, man. And I hope your story is the truth. Because I feel it, man. We gonna figure it out. We gonna find out somebody who knows somebody, and we like, hey Jay, just tell us.
He was in a real deep Eminem pocket, like something we give Eminem credit for that Jay-Z does, but we don't give him the credit Eminem gets, where it's just that making words don't rhyme together. You know what I'm saying? Like, these two words don't go together phonically, but he can say it in a way, to make it sound good together.
Yeah. I can't think of anything offhand, but yes,
It was Reasonable Doubts all over. It's just words. You're like, what?
Damn you, YouTube censoring people from playing music.
I can play it right now. I mean, here.
Yeah, just give us your favorite one, because you already told us what it was. So go ahead, give us your favorite one. Make sure it's not too loud. The last time you did it was so loud. It hurt.
You got your headphones up too high.
You got your headphones on, so you don't know how loud it is.
Not at all. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything was so simple back then.
This is being played courtesy of Spotify streaming service.
And this is fair use. We're actually reviewing this.
Reviewing it. It's just a piece of artwork that's just over time is just increasing value.
25 years old. This is a review. 25-year review.
Yeah, but it's a great album. It's and he has, I think he has some. He's had maybe 2 to 3 great albums since this, but none equate to a total body work as this one does.
How many other albums can you think of like this from rap artists? Like, how many complete albums do you have in your this whole album I fuck with it?
It's hard because it was Ghostface. I mean, Raekwon Ghostface, which you can only build for Cuban Links. That's 101
from top to bottom.
Yeah, Nas-O-Matic, one of those ones.
So you already we got 3. We got 3 already.
Trying to think through somebody that's not so East Coast centric. I can't say Outkast because they elevate every album. It might be an East Coast thing. Who knows?
Excuse me. I was going to say some Outkast albums. I thought Southern Playlistic, Cadillac, funky music you could play.
For me, it's a great album, but to me, each one of the albums is a different thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it was. Each one's their own little. Each one's they got their own separate space.
Okay, I give you that. And then the other ones are the Chronic and Doggy Style.
Yeah, you got Doggy Style. Yeah, Snoop most definitely Chronic and Doggy Style.
Yeah,
and Dre followed up, and he had some great follow-ups with it. 2001 was crazy, but yeah, that Chronic you can't.
Yeah. 2001 is crazy. And then I rounded out with the DMX joint.
Yeah, the first DMX was hard, but he had some joints. Yeah, the first
just
DMX, the impact.
Man, it's crazy, man. Every cut is crazy.
Because in retrospect, I want to say, man, some of them beats was horrible, but DMX was carrying them beats.
No, it was only 2 horrible beats. That was it. It wasn't some of them beats was horrible. Two tracks was,
It's 2 some.
What's it? What?
It's 2 some.
Maybe it wasn't 2. Maybe it was 1.
It's one. Not playing. Yeah. No, DMX is one of them, dog. I know for you, that first Mace album was one of them.
That's a hell of a pause, man. Like this, you made me feel real sus saying it like that. I know for you.
Well, in retrospect, we didn't know Mace when you.
And that wasn't his first. It was his third. It was his third album that you're talking about.
Double Up.
I don't know. It had the sitcom beat to it.
Hey Carter.
Yeah, welcome back.
No, that's the later one. You had the original. You said, listen, you had. I'm just telling you. I know you had it.
Hold on. You see, you don't be having people laughing at me, man. You got Brad. You got Brad enjoying himself out here.
No, but I did purchase one of Mace's product. Was it the Harlem World Group when they had I purchased for that one song. It was that West Coast beat. It
was terrible. I remember that. It was
almost horrible, but that one song was worth whatever I paid for it. I just want to play that song in my car.
You know what I really miss? We talked about this, man. Soundtracks.
And maxi singles.
Yeah, man. I miss soundtracks. I remember seeing I still got it, the Ride soundtrack, just because the dude from Youngstown was on there.
Rufus Black.
Yeah, I used to always show up. Yeah, Rufus Black, you from Youngstown, Ohio. They're like, oh, word? Yeah, like, yeah, you on the soundtrack. Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, that was big. That was a huge look at the time.
Yeah, Menace to Society was a ridiculous soundtrack.
Yeah, Menace. Well, back then it was a lot, and the Menace was one of those. They both competed, but a lot of soundtracks that were just better than even the movies.
See, you got people. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I didn't do nothing. You see, I'm chasing the subject.
Come on, man.
You know what I love
a lot. Why you over there looking at me when you just standing there?
You had the In Too Deep soundtrack?
Yeah, I still got it.
Yeah, that was one of the ones. And actually, it was a crazy movie. That's the first time you ever would see LL Cool J go for bad in the movie.
Is it?
Yeah, remember he was like the drug kingpin?
Oh, that was the Ohio.
Yeah, he made everybody call him God.
in the pool stick in the boom boom.
Yeah. You would never see him play that way.
Broke it off in him. Yeah, you know.
I want to say they were supposed to be in Cincinnati.
I think so. Yeah, God.
What was Omar Epps? J Reed.
He was undercover.
Yeah,
man.
It was a horrible movie, but it was like horribly good.
How was the soundtrack? Was the soundtrack good?
Soundtrack was fire. It was way better than the movie. Fire. It was everybody who was supposed to be on the time was on there.
So what is your best soundtrack? Your best movie soundtrack?
I don't really. It's eras for me, so I'm gonna say off rip just in general. Above the Rim, it's something heavy.
Oh,
like that was heavy. That was a whole. That's at the height of Death Row, the whole Death Row soundtrack.
Okay, that's a solid one. Okay, Above the Rim. All right.
On some childish, on some like in my childhood, The Last Dragon.
I can't name two, and that's a damn shame. I can't name two, and they had a soundtrack, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's your favorite movie though. You want us to remake it? I don't.
If I had that paper, I would remake it with CGI. It'd be the best thing ever.
So mine's is I'm About It soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm About It's crazy.
That's the most fire. The problem is,
I don't think it as a movie soundtrack. I think it's a compilation album that they made a movie to go with it. That's how I look at About It.
Why you gotta downgrade my shit?
I'm just saying how I look at it. I look at it as like they was like, yo, we put this crazy compilation. We should make a movie to go with this. That's probably how it really happened. They had this crazy just.
My partner gave me $50, put me in the game.
Big hurt.
Oh man,
it was good times. But that's how I look at that. But it's a soundtrack technically, and it was powerful.
That was the hardest soundtrack I've ever heard in my life. My Uncle Derek had the movie, the soundtrack, the DVD. I was like, yo, I need all this. I need all these, man. This is crazy.
Ron Dirty, you don't know me.
Bit. Oh man.
No, it was that's another classic.
That may be my introduction to them. I don't think I to Master that's Master P, right?
Yeah.
That might be my introduction.
You don't remember Mr. Ice Cream Man?
Nope. I'm familiar with it because of I'm About It. I ran into I'm About It before any of the other stuff.
I knew Mr. Ice Cream Man. His first is his solo CD before that came out.
Yeah, I know it though, but I'm just saying I didn't hit it first.
Yeah, I heard it first. I remember the video. That's the beat. Oh, at the beat, y'all. That's a sample. So who's that sample from? What was a replay for them?
Before you sub in the game.
No, that's a sample for R&B soft back in the day. That beat.
That's how I'm singing. That's how the real song goes.
Oh, I don't know. I just know it's a sample. It's a that was crazy though.
You, man?
Silk the Shocker. Hey man, shout out to Silk the Shocker, man.
Hey, he invented this bumbles. He invented y'all.
Yeah, low key. He was the first person used this, and it wasn't drug induced. It was just he purposely was like, I'm gonna fumble my words to see how it sound.
I ain't buying that, man. That's how he rap. That's what he sound like. That's what he sound like when he on beat. That's what he sound like.
I'm just saying, like a lot of the mumble rap is because dudes in there are high out their mind and drunk. That's how it sound. He was in the studio completely sober, going for this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
It's horrible.
I didn't know that you. That's how you
So
worded
the it. I had his albums. Remember that point? Was a point in life where let me put a CD out, you just bought it, sight unseen.
Man, and Master P, if you hear this, he's a fucking genius.
Yeah,
man.
marketing genius. Because I was buying. Remember, it was the first to go switch to the plastic CD cases in my life. Remember that?
Yeah. Sight unseen. When I bought 3 Mystical albums before, I was like, I don't really like this. I was already 3 albums in.
When that back in the past, Mystical, I was always good for liking the Smoke song, so I was cool.
Yeah, he did that. Okay, that's not me. That's not worth me buying the album. That's all I'm saying.
Here I go.
Yeah, all right, whatever, man.
You ain't never been to an HBCU party. See what happened. Mystical come on.
Because I went to Howard. I was too old to be going to any parties.
Yeah, you would look real creepy.
Real suspect.
Yeah, what you doing? You couldn't pick up your daughter or something? Nah, come to hang out.
Like, I'm 34. Motherfucker, relax.
Hey, man, security had to go around back. Hey, big man.
Hey, you picking up your daughter? Like, man, one more person asked me if I'm picking up my daughter. Somebody will get knocked out in here.
I'll hit you with that so quick.
Hey, man, your
daughter. Daddy in here.
Hey, man, your daughter ain't coming home. What?
No, even better, yeah, they go to police.
Ops. Who let the ops in here?
Yeah, put that down, man. Police right there. They got the undercovers in here tonight.
Well, music. We got some good music. The people before us had better music, though.
It's always perspective because the people that's below us now even know the people before us music halfway.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
they don't even know. They don't even know what they're missing out on as far as the live instrumentation of previous generations.
True.
It is no robotic sounds.
That's a whole new episode, man. If we could break down the difference between what a streaming bit of music sounds like compared to an actual CD, people wouldn't believe it. It's such a degradation in sound.
The biggest thing we can crack: how much a stream actually worth.
That's people already did that. We could just show that video and talk about it. You want me to show you the video?
Not tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Email that to me. I'll watch it.
They break down how much you stream, how much it balances out to. Because that's Spotify's whole thing.
Yeah, Spotify.
That data point.
No, Spotify, for its presentation and user friendliness, they do a great job.
I'm glad I jumped on that early, man. A lot of people weren't really rocking with it. I'm like, all right, man, this is.
It was a lot. It was like a lot at the same time with different streaming services jump up at the same time. It was like for me, like I had the Google Play. It was what your cell phone was associated with. You kind of lean. So a lot of people lean, I think, too. But we up on Spotify, they took a jump where they went and hired a bunch of record execs from the dying record industry and brought them on to develop Spotify's format better, and it paid off.
Well, yes, and it paid off because they were aware of what social media was going to do. Like once we get to this point where people are going to associate just a song to a visual effect, we'll be able to monetize it easier, and we'll have specific data about how many times it play. Like that's a tremendous feat of insight to figure out that pivot, because nobody's buying music. So how are you going to get paid for? Nobody buys
not
CDs,
physical
man.
Copies or nothing.
My man got a Cadillac with no CD player.
Oh yeah,
there's no CD player, man.
And you go to GM, like, what a CD? Like, why would you want one?
Now, and remember, my I think I had a 2013, and it still needed a DVD for the navigation.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, and it's crazy. Like, I don't even know why cars produce their navigation systems anymore. No one uses that. everyone just syncs their phone and use Google Maps.
Yes.
Just stop.
Hey.
Like Google won that fight.
Excuse me. Everything is becoming simple and hard at the same time.
Yeah, like everything is simple. You can get an answer for any question you have through a cell phone.
Yeah, but it's just an answer. It doesn't make it right. It's just
doesn't,
an answer.
But that's a starting platform for further research and intellect. But
it's a fucking slippery slope, man. Look, you can't go to page 17 right now on Google. You know that, right?
I think
it's a weird thing to say, but you can't search something right now and go to page 17.
I think I remember reading about this, but I forgot the inner workings of
it. That why do I have to keep hitting this button to expand to see what you want to show me until I'm exhausted of it? I know what I'm looking for, and I know it's way back. I know it's I gotta forge for it, but you want to let me do that.
They want you to see the things they got financial gain with.
That's a terrible way to search the internet.
That's just the American way, baby.
It hurts my soul.
That's just American as a lot for.
Oh my gosh. And I gotta go through like Boolean text. You remember that?
Well, what are you looking for?
Well, anytime I'm researching, if I'm not logged in to the actual library system, you gotta go through a search engine.
What's the search engine start with the C in universities? You just gotta get that. You gotta get a count with them.
Who is that?
I forgot the name. I'm really blanking on it, but it's when you in university, especially go to good school, as a student, you get access to for free. There's your tuition to different search windows. That's for academic level stuff. You probably just need to get one of them.
I just do the way I'm doing through the library.
Yeah, you just keep going to the reference book.
Yeah,
reference drawer.
That has nothing to do with Google, though.
Yeah, Google is.
Remember, we got here because people go to Google to find answers, and I'm saying, yo, that's rough because it's normally not the best answer. It's what they want you to think, man.
But that's a generalization you get there, and it's up to people's critical thinking skills to understand how to delve further. It's up to you. But a lot of times, like we both say and spoke about, I search something. Somebody's telling me something so interesting. I Google it. I see an article. Next thing you know, it's 5 a.m. and I'm watching a documentary. I'm 2 hours into a 5-hour documentary about the whole subject that I found just from digging into searches, and now I'm like, oh, I didn't even know this happened. You know what I'm saying? It's just so it's about how it's a skill on how to search the internet and dig and find the research you're looking for.
Yeah, one of those skills for me was clicking 17.
So whenever I search something, I just hit 17, page 17.
No, I just knew that I had to get past the 15 pages. I already understood that what I'm searching for is deep within the registry because it's not what everybody is looking at. Everybody's looking for the first thing. That's just how search engines work. Whatever people are always looking at is going to pop up first. And I'm trying to find something specific. And you can't do it.
You need to get the exact page title from now on.
No, man. I have to take you back in time basically for you to understand what I'm telling you. You got to remember what you were doing in college.
Remember how you was doing in college.
Remember how you have to put things in parentheses and have verbatim matches like that. You can't do that the same way anymore and get to an article. It'll still show you things that relate to the things that you put in quotations, and that's not how it works. I only want this specific word.
I think I think the academic search engine is still working that matter.
Yes. So if I can get on the library one, I'm good. They don't play them games. But for the average person, they're not doing that. They on their phone Googling, just like the world tells you to do. Just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it.
Sometimes
it's like I tell you to do. Quit asking me all these questions and Google something.
It works most of the time though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's more accurate than not knowing shit.
Damn, it's a terrible way to live. Hey man, it's
Like,
more accurate. It's more accurate than not knowing shit, man.
some people still asking people information. They don't even Google it. And they got a whole cell phone. They don't even. It's like, yeah, what you know about this? Just think about that crop of people.
That feels natural, man. Why are you going at people who like asking people questions?
Because I have a whole thought. Be sitting next to you, like, nah, I'll right back. Put this in my phone. See what it say.
Okay. What if it's something not that easy? What if it's something it has to be intuitive? Like you have to explain it or something. That's usually.
But I asked about, yo, them dudes across the street, do they rob people? That's something different. I'm just talking about common knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what they doing over there, man? That's a whole nother conversation.
Okay. You didn't make the you didn't differentiate it. I was just making sure. That's cool. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to lay the foundation.
We didn't cover a whole lot of nothing, man.
I want to let you know, if you in the Mahoning County or Youngstown, Warren area at this time of night, it's a good time to go out and see Staples, get you a chicken box and a soda.
What is a chicken box?
Chicken box consists of several strips of chicken tenders marinated in the most heavenly barbecue sauce man's created, with a side of fries and a cup of slaw. You have the option at an up price to get the same delicious barbecue sauce added to your fries in the manner of ketchup to fries.
Now, what's the name of this place again?
C. Staples, Youngstown, Ohio. Circa 1976.
That might be a right date. The ridiculousness of it.
That's how you
feel though. That's like 19.
That's what I said. Yeah, 1976.
C. Staples, man, is it's hard. It's hard to eat it now because of just my intestines. But do you still get the same thing, or have you switched?
No, I switched it up. So a lot of times when I go, because I got a family now, we might get a couple slabs of ribs and some fries, some sides. If it's just meat, I'm just creeping through the hood. I get maybe like a fried fish sometimes, some fries, something like that. Not so much the chicken fingers anymore, but like the chicken tenders. But just I might get like a barbecue fried fish with the barbecue sauce on it. Take it to the house.
I haven't tried the fried fish, but I usually have to do the Big Bertha.
That's the baked potato, right?
Yeah, and you can't redo it, and that's the only bad thing about it. Like you have to finish it in the first serving. You can't.
Yeah, it's not no reheater.
Yeah, and it's so much, but I do enjoy it. I enjoy it as much as I can.
I've never had it, but I remember seeing it the one time when they got the storefront. I ate inside the regular restaurant instead of the carry out, and I've seen it. I think somebody else, my family, had it, but I never actually ate it.
What's the best thing we got in Youngstown to eat? What's the best place we got to eat? What's your number one?
Just genuine Italian food or Italian food. Just genuine. It's several spots you can hit. It's really it's almost hard to miss. Like, you can go anywhere and get a good plate. There's some Italian food. That's what it is.
All right. So what spot is your favorite? What's your favorite one?
It's a spot I recently went to with my not recently, in the past time since I was a couple of years going home and visiting. It was off Boardman. Forgot the name of it, but if you're coming past Southern Park Mall on the right hand side of Market Street, it was a dope one. It's not so much really a Italian restaurant, but they do Italian food good at Station Square right there in Liberty, Ohio. That's something I probably frequent more now because that's close to my parents' home.
Now, is that where I went with you?
I don't remember. Station Square. It's right there in Liberty. Right when you cross over by the overpass. It's by that Speedway right there. Little restaurant.
I went with Uncle Floyd, but yes. I got a couple meals there. That was awesome. Wherever we went, when we was there, I thought, who was it? Brad's wedding? Yeah.
Oh, the bistro restaurant.
Yeah, that was that was good, man.
I've been there like these 3 times, and every time was enjoyable. I went there once with my wife for my dinner. My wife when I first went there. I went to brunch there with my wife.
That was delicious. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. Some of the best. I got one of those Taiwanese dishes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
noodles.
yeah.
The spice on that was so right. Oh,
No, it's the bistro downtown Youngstown, Ohio, under the Double Tree. It's awesome food experience. Most definitely. Yeah, I can I tip my hat to that. I can I haven't had a bad meal yet.
And I like having those gluten those gluten free options, like specifically gluten free, not like maybe gluten free. Like if I go to any place like Denny's, they're like, yo, maybe it's gluten. Like maybe we wipe it off.
So can I ask you a personal question?
Oh, sure, yeah.
When the last time you been to a Denny's?
Like maybe 2 months ago.
You're not living your life right.
Yeah. I was out of town. I wasn't here. I was out of town.
Where was you at?
Ohio.
Oh, they still got Denny's? I live in Ohio. There's still Denny's around?
Yeah. That's
Well, I know you could just went to the IHOP, man. You could just roll off the board and went to the IHOP.
It may be, man, but Denny's was what people ordering on there. Yo, just don't give me no pancakes.
And I'm just messing with you.
It was like
no, Denny's was a life source. It was that was the one. You know, it was in that north side, that Liberty area. Once Perkins closed down, Denny's migrated to be in that spot. You got the first a little bit more in Liberty, but that came in that 24-hour get some east spot.
What about these differences that you notice as you've gotten older regarding how you eat? Because you mentioned staples, and I'll still do it. I really don't do fried food anyway, regardless. But think of some of these good spots that you've eaten at and compare to how you used to, the spots you used to eat to. Because you go to places now, you get greens and you eat well, right?
Yeah.
And just think about those two those two Chipotle burrito days we used to do.
Yeah, used to get in. I remember eating 2 Chipotle burritos a day for knowing the calorie content. But then I was living different. I was a lot more active, things of that nature. I was younger, but yeah, it's my intake is first to focus on make sure I get a lot of fruits and vegetables in my diet, much as I can. I'm not doing the best, but I'm trying to make the effort to do so.
It's crazy that we make an effort, though. It's crazy that you have to make a conscious effort, or it's not gonna work, man.
Try to eat a lot less processed foods and just lean meats. Like I'm good with just lean meats and veggies. Make like a vegetable medley and some lean meat. If I could program myself, but I got a family, kids, and everybody got different taste buds. But if I could just purchase this product every week and just cook it, I could program myself to just be on that task.
I'm getting really close to like being only fish, man. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, man. Like chicken and steak.
It's beef.
Yeah, it only tastes real good to me when I'm at a restaurant, like a.
You ain't had that my steaks yet. That's the problem.
Yeah, it probably is, but
I was messing with.
Yeah, what does that say about what's going on in the world?
Oh yeah. Well, food probably not even real no more. We don't know where this shit coming from.
I mean, it's expensive. Like it's so.
Well, the expense too is not. It's not so much the food. It's just inflation.
Yeah, well then inflation is real. It's expensive. Like I'm about to grind it out, man. Because I don't know what's coming, man. I'm nervous.
But because you gotta be, the thing is with the fish, you have to be careful where you're getting it from, and it's wild.
I'm in Washington State. I'm not worried.
I'm just speaking in general terms. Okay. And you keep hearing about pollution events in the ocean, so it's like other oceans. I don't know how careful these fish is being plucked through either. So it's a wild trip. No, you in the area with fresh caught fish is prevalent. So that's something different.
I'm gonna have to start removing meat, man. I'm throwing that out there to you. I'm gonna have to start removing meat because it's looking crazy.
I've done the route. Especially if I go to a restaurant, they got a cool like vegan side, I'll try something vegan, just all vegan type thing. I really don't do the like the fake process, like make a vegan burger and stuff like that. I just do from like a natural vegetable vegan type meal. But if I'm at a place and they offer that and they look like something interesting, I will pick something up. Even to the point of getting sub. I got places we go get like sub sandwich stuff. I just get like a veggie sub, whatever variation they got.
You can do an extremely decent vegetarian lifestyle. Like they got real good at this, man.
Yeah, especially if you live in a more urban area, it's gonna be a lot of different avenues for you to pick from.
But that I don't know, man. How you feel? I mean,
what you mean, life?
Just as you're getting older, just meat it's heavy.
Yeah, we get older. I do really understand the you feel the effects of eating poorly on your body. You feel the sluggishness next day. So I do understand the benefits of eating lean and eating proper. And I experienced it. Like when I'm on my path with the food and I'm eating proper and I'm cooking at home and not eating processed foods, eat lean meats and veggies, your body just feels different, feels better, it responds better. And you can tell if I went out and just got a ribeye, big baked potato, and just, it's a heavier feel. You can, feel your body slowing down and just kind of not as efficient. And the thing is, your body has to slow itself down to actually digest this food that you just stuffed into yourself, because like we shouldn't be in here.
It sounds like we should know this though, right? We should have a grasp on this. Like from a young age, we should have known about this.
No, it's not your fault. You understand that you drink milk all your life, and milk has no business for you. It was just all a marketing campaign.
No benefit.
Yeah, you don't need to drink. And actually, the cereal you eat that you put the milk in has the same compounds as dog food.
Yeah,
and a lot of terms, the same companies that make dog food make your breakfast cereal.
Make the breakfast cereal. Yeah, they're actually the same. Yeah.
So
thanks for ruining my childhood. I appreciate that.
Man, I haven't ate cereal so long.
Jeez, how do we?
It's in the house too. I just don't eat it. I'd be looking at it like I told y'all once.
How did you leap off of what I was saying to that?
I catapulted. Like LA Gears on Karl Malone, the catapults. Serica, what that 1993 or something?
I was talking about meat. You went to dog food, milk.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, like you said, how did we not know this? But it's so much stuff that they tell us is good for us that we don't know that's not technically good for us. It's just so much stuff. Something cereal, something simple cereal milk,
And it cuts your expenses down drastically if you really get lean on what you eat. Like, what it costs you changes so drastically, man. It almost cuts it in half.
Especially if you get a singular focus on what you're trying to do. And especially if you can eliminate the process of going out to eating out, carry out, and picking up food. Yeah. If you just buying groceries sensibly and cooking in the home.
Yes.
The problem is some of our lives are so chaotic, we only got time to take that time to treat ourselves in that manner.
Wait, but think about it. Forget half that time. It's not even a thought. It's like, what are you talking about? Why should I rest?
I'm about to go rest.
Oh, we out of here. Come on, man. You almost did 2 hours, man.
Yeah, I'm about to rest. Big dog rest too. Like, big, cause I gotta get up. I gotta go build a whole house.
What?
No, I just made that up.
Okay.
I do have to try to be productive. But yeah, this has been the Rondell Irvin Hour. I'm your host, Lenny Fraud. This is a Swerve and Irvin. I gave out his whole governmental name. My apologies to him.
And yeah, like always, thanks for coming out, man. It would do us a great justice if you would hit the dislike button.
Dislike button. I want you to subscribe, then immediately unsubscribe.
Correct.
And
do a subscribe and then a unsubscribe. And if you want to come back later in the week and subscribe, that's cool. But definitely do a subscribe and immediately unsubscribe.
And leave bad comments.
And bad comments are appreciated. Negative comments we will always put them on the screen. Look, we got family that came out tonight.
I will never ever read your comments. And after this, never. Don't go at me.
Nah, he's lying.
Not just playing. I love you all. First Mace album. It was a classic to some.
I didn't have it. So that's what's weird. I didn't have it. I didn't have that album.
What was the name of the first album?
It was some shiny. Come on, man. We about to end it, man. You ain't gotta go.
No. We can cut this off. I'm just going for myself because I'm really I'm blanking on it because like you said, like I told you, I was never a big Mace fan.
Me neither. I don't know why you're trying to.
Okay. It was Harlem World. That's what it was. I saw the cover. Double Up. Then Welcome Back was the
I had Welcome Back.
Hello Carter. Man, okay.
You saying I had Harlem World.
I'm not saying anything.
Show me the cover. That's all I need to see. All I need to see is the cover. Show me the cover. Then I'll accept this defeat.
The song you just was singing earlier is on there.
That's just a popular song. That's a popular song, man.
You sung it word for word.
It was. Come on, man. I graduated in 98. I did have that album. Yo, I did. My mother had the Columbia record thing where you can get
you get 50 albums for a penny.
Yeah, for a penny. And I picked Mace.
You went body on that. Yeah, there's no problem with it. Mace was hot. Mace is one of those things. When this album dropped, he was top of the world. It's a retrospect thing now with him. Looking back at it now, you like, I don't know.
Suspect.
But right there, it wasn't for me. That's one of the things I could honestly say, like, when I heard it, like, this ain't for me. I can understand how people rocking with it, but it wasn't for me.
Suspect. Yeah.
But yeah.
I had it though. You're right, I mean, but obviously you was on it.
You used to play all the time. I appreciate you for it.
was I shaking?
I mean, it's an old album. Look, I'm looking at it. He had an 8-ball MJG cut, a Busta Rhymes cut, total.
Hey, man. Hey.
DMX cut.
Hindsight.
50-50. I was a Killer Cam fan, so it is what it is.
Oh, you say it as if I'm not a Killer Cam fan.
No, I was speaking for myself. See, you understand. When I speak, it's solely for myself.
Oh, okay. Even though you just spoke for me. But cool.
What did I say for you?
You that whole thing was about you saying something for me.
No, I just said that you was the first person to let me hear the first Mace album.
Oh, yeah. That's what you said.
Yeah, it was. I'll give you credit for that. I didn't hear it before you.
But you didn't like it, right?
No, it's one for me. It was a cool album.
All right. I'm just okay, cool. You might be correct on this again.
Yeah, it was that for me. It's an album people love, and I look back and listen to it at the time I didn't like, and now I look back like this was jamming. It just at the time it wouldn't even click for me.
Don't give a worse, right? Because I don't want to show any shade, but what's a bad album before you get out there? What's a bad album?
In general?
Yeah, what's a bad album? Just in general, it was like, yo, this wasn't really good. Don't have to be the worst. You don't have to be trash.
It's a Busy Bone album, and it had like a blue black drop. He was like in white or gray on the cover. Album was horrible. I bought it with all anticipation in the world. It was horrible. Busy Bone. That's the one that rap real fast. The light skin one.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah. It had like 1 or 2 cuts, but I thought more of it. And when I purchased it at the time, I was kind of like, ugh.
I had a MJG album, and none of the tracks lined up.
It was like when he had the shirt off on the cover.
I don't remember now.
I remember that MJG, but I didn't get it. I never heard it before. I remember he had a solo one I never heard before. So I was just one. It was like it got to be that one.
So I never knew. Like I had, I never knew what the song was. They ain't match up, and I'm figuring I hope it was just the error. I hope it was just the error, but it made my whole experience bad.
You had a bad copy.
Yeah, I hope I just had a bad copy, man.
Yeah, because I won't say that bad about MJG.
No, the album was good. It just the experience. I couldn't tell you what song I like.
Oh, because it's an album. I know how it go.
Yeah, I know how it go.
For you.
Made my experience bad. So it wasn't a bad album, but
you got experience.
I couldn't be fly with it.
Yeah, so I don't even know like which one you in here. I don't know which one that is. It started from the top and let it run through.
Because I had to say something like play number 7.
Play number 7 slap. You talking about cars and shit.
Oh yeah, I play 7. That's my joint.
Just like they clap. But it's a lot of horrible hip hop out there. It's before the streaming services, it was a lot of buying CDs off the strength of a single or sometimes an album cover. Get home like
Master P got us with the album cover. Yeah, Master P got us with the album covers. The trillion cut and the diamonds everywhere and the blings. Who had it? The Cash Money. did Cash Money have it first, or did Master P have it first?
I want to say they might have respectfully, they might have all had it in that era, moving the same direction.
It was
but No Limit was more popular at that time when they first was popping off. To see their imagery was more popular in more places, and Cash Money was still a regional. When No Limit popped off.
Yeah,
but them shits was crazy.
Yeah, definitely. So
yeah,
Master P is a genius.
Whoever his graphic artist was, he was on coke. In the graphic too, like I'm gonna make this crazy.
Throw the man under the bus. Whoever
diamonds everywhere, just diamonds to come out of it. Diamonds here, diamonds there.
Everywhere.
Let me tell you something. The greatest album cover never to see the light of day is Mercedes from No Limits or staple of artists.
Mercedes was the beautiful lady, right?
Yeah, she was always in everybody. Remember, because they would promote other CDs and the artwork in the back of the CD.
And it never came out.
She was never. She was always there, bent over. Like you kept seeing she bought the album. Like what? Who is Mercedes?
She wasn't always bent over, but she was.
It was the album cover. The album cover. She was bent over the album cover. And she always seen the back.
Oh, literally, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it never came out.
And not that I know of. If it did, it was like not to know it did.
You know who said something about that?
Who?
Charlamagne the God. And Master P had to check him on it. He was like, "Hey," because Master P was like, "Man, I want that ass to come out." And Master P was like, yeah, we don't
talk like that.
We don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? It's family." Charlamagne was like, but he said something reckless.
Hey, you know, my little sister, right?
Yo, you right. That was, oh man.
The greatest album cover.
Should I bring it? Should I try to find it and put it up there?
Oh, you could.
All right.
I'm gonna see if it ever came out. Mercedes.
What was your name? Mercedes.
I want to say the correct way. Yeah, that didn't really exist.
It didn't exist.
I'm saying I was on streaming service to see if it was anything that came up, like it ever actually came out.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? This is oh come on, Rondell. Jeez, yo, Lenny.
It did it on purpose, I think. Yeah, it was on everything. It was on everything.
Lenny.
And whatever age I was at this is all I needed. I was like, yo, I want to hear that. I mean, what's going to happen? It was just such a listen. I wanted to say you couldn't get by with this today, but sadly you can. Worse than this.
Yo.
Look at the Silk the Chakra CD cover.
I don't want to.
Check. Charge to the game. It's sad I had that CD. I feel so disgraced.
Yo. That Mercedes, yeah, I've definitely seen that one.
So the one with the lot, is that her right there with the real picture?
What?
Bring it back up. Go I guess second from the left, right there. That's her for real.
I don't. That could just be anybody on the internet named Mercedes. That's all I Google. We can't. Come on. I don't.
Was that in the album cover? She got big hair. The girl in the picture got big hair.
Hey, I see how you deduce things. So
just doing math.
I see how you deduce things. So however you get there, man, cool.
Yeah, but no, and I gotta get Master P. I was want to say it's like that's one of them No Limit mysteries. That's like No Limit trivia. Like the Mercedes really exists.
That's like what 95, 90.
Sound about right, yeah.
90. Oh boy, those mischievous.
They was stringing us along for years.
Those mischievous years. 14. My son is 14, man.
Taking pics to the house.
Hey, you remember that little Kim, man?
That poster? I'm gonna change your world,
man. Oh Lord, let me see what year that was. Oh, geez.
That was around the same time, right? We said, well, The year you said, I don't know when that Mercedes thing was popular. I can't remember, but around 95. That Mercedes could have been early 2000s, as far as I remember. No, couldn't be early 2000. What my math is horrible.
Yeah. You doing real bad.
I wasn't even listening to Master P in the 2000s. I don't think
doing
no
real bad with that, man. So what was it? It's hardcore.
Hardcore. Hardcore logo. Yeah.
Dude, because this the album I got. So this is how it originally came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that album. So it must have they had dual covers. This is another cover.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. No, that's the original cover.
This one is?
I think that other one, that was a poster and it might be on the inside.
Yeah,
but that
okay.
was yeah. That was the original CD cover. Though. Yeah, you couldn't put that in that was not going to stores.
We don't know. We're gonna have to Google that. That's another time. But I'm telling you, I know I got that. Whatever that is, I got it. I don't know if it's a poster or a cover. I had
I remember that. That was hard body. That was and that was one of those ones where you remember, I forgot what stores you went back to the store to buy the posters and you fling them through. That always is back there.
Hey, hard wash rags all over the house. Yo, 14, man. It was
That was serious. Lil' Kim was on the path to be a goddess.
She was my goddess. I don't fuck that path. She was there, man.
Yeah, at that time. Yeah. I'm just saying. It was just very naturally beautiful woman.
Oh my gosh. Just the way women looked in 94. Oh, I wouldn't give for some of those looks again.
You can go see a woman carrying a Dooney and Burke bag again, huh?
just a feminine body.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah.
Man, it's hard to see that. It's a lot of aggression out here. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got you up late, man. You've done 2 hours, man.
Yeah, I've been trying to end it.
Hey, look, we out, bro.
All right. Wrap it up, man.
Peace. I like that.